Alright, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, I finally solved it, I think. So yeah, this videos might involve a lot of maths, but I'll try my best to simplify it for you. Okay, anyways, so today I'll be teaching you more or less on like how to top up for Lux SSR, and this will hopefully be the same strategy throughout the rest of the other top up SSRs, assuming that they release the same sets and all, okay? Do note that a huge disclaimer, because in the recent social media posts, they said that there's gonna be a fluctuation. No, like a price change, whether it's increase or decrease on a lot of the countries. So there could be a discrepancy in terms of sets. So the currency that I'm going to use is PHP or Philippine peso because one, that's where I'm from, so I'm more used to it. Two, it's quote unquote easier to convert because it has nicer conversion rate versus other countries. So far that I've seen, okay? And thirdly, I'll be using USD in order for you to relate to other like if you're in other countries, it'd be easier for you to relate as USD is the quote unquote universal currency. So hopefully that will give you like a better metric for you to solve if in case that it's different or you don't really understand how to convert from Philippine peso to USD to your own currency. Just go to the mall and then go to your gems, okay, and look at the base price. So the first tab and then gems, and then this base one, so more or less you can kind of like estimate. So 6 pink gems is 1 USD. In Philippines is 50 pesos. Okay, I'm going to round this up to 50 instead of 49 something something 9. That way it'd be easier for me to convert and for you to follow as well. Okay, now if in case that you don't know how much the set is, some of the prices are already indicated. So for example, this 599 or 600, this is $12, okay? This will be more or less 78 points is written here. Unless said otherwise, you can just like divide it by your local currency and then multiply it by the corresponding points, okay? Or you can just try to find it in the shop, like just scar, okay, just scar over the shop on whichever has the same price. So for example, the Reverie, okay, Reverie costs around $9 and $6, okay, but they never mention how much it is, okay. Wait, let me just show you, okay. Reverie, oh, why is it so lag? 449299. Okay, you don't know how much this 449 is, and let's say you're planning to buy, and that's part of your consideration towards your progress of the top of SSR. You can search it in your permanent sets. Okay, and there's one here, 449. Okay, and it's more or less 60p points. I think the cheaper Reverie is the one that is not in the shop, so I will just put an estimate in the Excel sheet. Okay, so yeah, that's it for now, the overview. Now let's get on to the fun part, which is the math. Okay. When I say limited 10 pull, I'm pertaining to this one. So this one only appears if you do a few pulls and suddenly Davis will tell you, hey, do you want to gacha more? Burn more money for Mihoyo for your husband? So yeah. And then in the value pack, when I say small value pack, it's this one. Okay, this is the one that costs less than $1. Okay, I screenshot it first after I screenshot after I paid. So yeah, that's why the image is quite dark. I'm sorry for that. So yeah, that's about it. Now let's head over to what I've done. What have you done? Okay, this table right here is basically all of the sets that are possible to buy that has S chips in it, and or it's part of the Bakerlot event period. So I've sorted in terms of which one is the most worth towards the top up. But at the same time, in this column, S chips per USD, I have made a column where to find out which one is the most worth it in terms of S chips. Okay, as obviously after this top up, there should be remaining S chips for you for the next event. That's why I tried my best to balance it out, in terms of cost, wants or luxury, and S chips. But I think it's like pick 2 out of 3. So yeah, Now I'm assuming a lot of people wants to see like what's the most optimal path for the purchasing. So I made quite a few plans. You can follow it, or if you have like a general idea, then you can do it on your own. Oh, I forgot. This 500 peso or $10 pack will disappear in 3 hours. So be extra careful when you start doing your gacha. Like if you really want to buy this set, then I suggest that you buy it if you're after the top of SSR. Okay, it's kind of optional in my opinion, but at the same time, it could kind of save a little bit of your progress. Okay, if you're just like a mini guppy or dolphin, like you don't spend all the time, then just skip this. Okay, or if you're not after look top of SSR, just skip this. Okay, now if you're after horn look because you're extra horny for look and you don't really care about your money, then this is I call it cart X. Okay, I put each of the plan as carts because it's technically like you're just throwing shits into your cart, like add to cart and then check out, which is in terms of your IRL payment. Okay, so yeah, if you do plan speedrun or cart speedrun, all you need to do is just buy all the attars, get the expensive reverie, and get mystery pack 1. You will have 17 extra points. Okay, you will have 17 extra points, but it's the cheapest option. Okay, this last column I made is basically similar to this. Okay, but is S chips over USD. So this is basically trying to gauge more or less if your purchases are worth. Okay, I mean obviously to each of their own if it's worth it or not, because yeah, depends on how horny you are for your 2D husband. But yeah, in the long run, the more important one for me in this guide is how much S chips can you stack. Okay, and like how to make the most of your out of your money. Now, if you're a first timer, first time for you to give up your F2P virginity to Mihoyo, then I would suggest this one. Okay, getting the investment pack is a very nice treat. Okay, it's really worth it. Okay, but make sure that you're level 80 before you buy this pack, because there is a chance that, for example, you quit before you get level 80, then that'll be wasted. Okay, next, it's optional if you want to get this limited 10 pool or not. Otherwise, you can swap that to monthly. Okay, I'll explain to you in a bit why. Okay, next, you get 4 monthlies and 1 mystery pack, and then get everything in the recharge S chip. Okay, I forgot to put it here. S chip. Actually, you can choose either of it, whether it's the S chip or tiers, because the total amount it contain is very minimal. It's like difference of 20 S chips, so it depends on which one that you need more. Because the tiers, you can get everything in 5 days, if I'm not mistaken, and you can get this one in a week. So it depends on how patient you are, or how impatient you are, rather. Okay. Now, this is option 1 or cart 1. Okay, cart 2 is for example, yeah, basically what I said. If you want to reduce a little bit because you don't think you can wait for 4 months, you adjust it to 3 months, and then you change one of the monthly into recharge. Okay, it's almost the same. Okay, in terms of money, it's a bit cheaper by $1, but in terms of like its worth, yeah, very small difference only. Okay, so either of the two, you can do it. Okay, now the next question is, what happens if I did not get this one? So because, for example, you put and you forgot about it, right? Like you don't have enough money for this limited pool. So what do? You can still buy the investment pack and then put everything into monthly. Okay, for 6 months. Okay, now it's a bit risky because 6 months is quite long. We don't know what's gonna happen to you, if you're gonna still play after 6 months or not, or maybe it's because you have burnout and you end up quitting in the middle of your monthly thing. Then that be wasted. So it's a bit risky. Okay, and then get all of it. Literally take the entire stock of the recharge. Now, do remember to go back to this page every day, or else you won't be able to claim it. Surprisingly, it it fits the 398 points, and you need to it's almost the same price as cart 1, so it's actually pretty good. And if you convert it, it's really 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 worth. Okay, the only drawback again is 6 months versus 4 months versus 3 months. Okay, so yeah, just pick whichever. Okay, now what happens if you're not a first timer anymore? So for example, you already bought the investment pack way back then. Okay, so these are more for like the regular people. Okay, I would suggest it kind of depends on which one are you willing to dip. So it's either you want to dip for more money or time. Okay, it's either time versus money. Okay, my first my first plan was actually doing it the 8th month, but I feel like 8 months is way too long. So it's a high risk. It's a high risk, high reward, honestly, because this is the most worth. See, 396. And a while ago, this is like 315, 357. This is the closest one. But yeah, if you don't have investment pack, the next one would be cart number 4. Okay. Now, you need 8 months of monthly. Finish the entire stock of the recharge. Okay. Get the small value packs. So that's the $1 and the less than $1. Now, the calculation here, I did not include the bonus S chip because it's possible that the player would already bought the gem pack back then in second anniv, and yeah, there will be no bonus S chips. So I did not consider that part. Okay, so yeah, more or less it's kind of worth it, honestly. It's not bad. Okay, because monthly is normally I try to gauge it based on how far it is from the monthly, because month is the most worth it out of everything aside from the investment pack. But 480 S chip per dollar for monthly, and if you take a look at here, it's around 396, which is pretty close, like half a pull. Not bad. Okay, now if you don't want 8 months, because 8 months is quite long for you, you can choose to go for 6 months. Now from here, 6 months, I have two choices. Okay, it's either you go for more tiers or aesthetics. Now normally I don't recommend aesthetics because they don't actually do anything to your account except just flexing, but it kind of makes it worth because of the points. Okay, as you can notice here. All right, if you notice here, the monthly, okay, you swipe a lot of monthly, but the points is just 30, which makes it like 6 points per dollar, which is like the regular. Okay, if you take a look at the Atar, okay, that's 10 USD. That's 2 monthlies. Okay, you'll get 68 points versus if you get 2 monthlies, that's 60 points, which is a difference of 8 points. Okay, 8 points is more or less $1 plus, which is quite like a save, I would say. Okay, that's why I kind of recommended the Atar. If not, you can go for the Reverie, but yeah, I'm a bit slightly not recommended on that one because you don't really get much except for materials and very minimal S chips. So it's only if you want the aesthetics or the materials. So yeah, that's in my opinion. Okay, if I were you, for veteran players, I would go for cart 4 if you're willing to go for the 8 months. Now, Bakerlon is a 3 week long event. So technically it's like 1 month gone. So you can see like this is gonna turn to 7, and then you just top up one more time. That's gonna be a total of 8 months. So you won't really feel it. Go feel it. Okay. So it's a pros and cons thing. But if you you feel like 8 months is too long for you, then you can choose the 6 months planner. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Super short. I won't dive into how I solve this because that's heavily in math, and I know lots of people don't like math. Okay. So again, if you haven't bought the investment pack, I would suggest this one, 2.5. Card 2.5. Okay. This one. But if you've accidentally bought this one, the limited 10 pull, then I would suggest you go for the card number 1. Okay. if you feel like mystery pack is too expensive or monthly is too much for you, 4 months versus 3 months, then it's up to you how you want to adjust. Okay, so for example, this one mystery pack for you is too expensive. Okay, you can change this into recharge and a monthly. Okay, then again, you're buying against time because monthly is 1 month, so it gives you like that length, that period length of like, do you still, are you still going to play like that. Again, it's time versus money. Okay, if you're a veteran, I would suggest card number 4. Okay, if you already bought the attire or it's because you want the aesthetics, you go for card number 3. And if if you don't feel like going for 8 months, you get this one. Okay, this is if you want 6 months and no attire. Okay, so almost the LDR. I would go for the recharge. Okay, as you can see, all of the sets that I recommended have recharge for both. Okay, recharge for both. And then you go for the mystery pack 1. This is kind of optional, and then equal to monthly. Okay, so if you think that you're kind of impatient, you go for the mystery pack first. Okay, you can even buy two of it, it's fine, but it's kind of costly. If you're willing to wait, like for example, you're really dead set on saving for anniversary next year, then you go for monthly instead. It's a bit more expensive, but it's more worth it in the long run. Okay, yeah, something like that. Okay. Oh my god, I finally solved it. Oh. Now, if you're asking me why I finally did this and not in like the previous stump of SSR, it's because this is the only time that I can finally burst my wallet and give up my own virginity to Mihoyo, my F2P virginity. So yeah, that's about it. Hope this video helps you, and yeah, if you think that you can get a deal better than mine's, then feel free to comment down below. Or if you think that your currency doesn't match and you're able to find a better deal, then yeah, it'd be nice if you state how much points, how much it cost you, and what are the sets. Okay, because this is my first time actually spending quite a lot for this type of SSR. So yeah, hope this video helps, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.